Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll solve the problem Insert Interval Leetcode 57. This problem is part of Blind 75, a curated list of essential coding interview questions. You can find the full list linked in the description below. Be sure to check it out. Now to the problem. In this problem, we are given an array or list of non-overlapping intervals where each interval is represented by the start and end time, and this list is sorted in ascending order by start times. This is good as generally in the interval problems, we have to sort the array anyways. We are also given an interval called newInterval with start and end times as well. Now our task is to insert this new interval into intervals array and then return the updated list of intervals, which should still be sorted by the start time and have no overlapping intervals. Note that we don't need to modify intervals in place. We can make a new array and return it. Let's look at an example to make this super clear. Here in example 1, we have two existing intervals, one from 1 to 3 and another from 6 to 9, and we want to insert a new interval from 2 to 5. We see that this new interval overlaps with the first interval as they both cover the time from 2 to 3, and since they overlap, we need to merge them. The merged interval will start at the minimum of their start times, which is 1, and end at the maximum of their end times, which is 5. So we get merged interval from 1 to 5. Now we check if this newly formed interval overlaps with the next existing interval in list, and it doesn't because the end 5 is less than start 6. So we add this new interval and all the remaining non-overlapping intervals to the result list and return this list as the final answer. Now let's look at a slightly more complex example. Here the intervals in list are from 1 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 7, 8 to 10 and 12 to 16, and our new interval is from 4 to 8. Here's how the merging process unfolds. First, this new interval overlaps with the existing interval from 3 to 5. When we merge these, the new interval effectively expands from 3 to 8. Next, this expanded new interval also overlaps with interval from 6 to 7. Merging them doesn't change the new interval because the range from 3 to 8 already covers range from 6 to 7. So it remains from 3 to 8. Moving on, this new interval also overlaps with interval from 8 to 10. Remember, an overlap can include touching boundaries. So merging these intervals extends the new interval from 3 to 10. Finally, after merging all overlapping intervals, we will collect all non-overlapping pieces, which are intervals from 1 to 2, 3 to 10 and 12 to 16. Now, in terms of solution, the naive way would be to just append this new interval to the existing list of intervals. But now our list is no longer sorted and it might have overlaps. So the next logical step would be to sort this combined list of intervals by their start times, and once sorted, we can then merge any overlapping intervals. This process is similar to what we have seen in the merge overlapping intervals problem, after which we get all the non-overlapping intervals in the sorted order. The time complexity of this approach is O of n log n, primarily driven by the sorting step, where n is the number of intervals. And the good thing is that this naive approach works, but it is very inefficient, as it doesn't leverage the fact that the input list is already sorted and non-overlapping. By naively appending the new interval and then resorting the list, we lose all that valuable information. So, since the list is sorted, why don't we instead find the correct place for this interval, similar to the insertion sort, and then merge it with any overlapping intervals? And remember, we don't have to do this in place. We can create a new list to return it as our answer. So, when inserting the interval, we don't need to shift the elements. And when comparing each interval in the list, let's call it the current interval, with the new interval we want to insert, we can see that there are three main cases. Case 1 can be that the current interval is completely before the new interval. In this situation, there is no overlap. So we can safely add this current interval to our result list. And programmatically, we check this by seeing if the current interval's end time is less than new interval start time. And case 2 can be that the current interval is completely after the new interval. And in this case, again, there is no overlap. And we simply add this new interval to our result list. And after this, we can directly add all the subsequent intervals, including this current one, to the result list, as no further merging with the new interval will occur. And programmatically, we can check this by seeing if current interval start time is greater than new interval's end time. And finally comes the case 3, which occur if neither of case 1 and case 2 are true. It means the current interval overlaps with our new interval. And when this overlap occurs, we don't immediately add the current interval to the result. Instead, we merge it into our new interval. As we saw in the example walkthrough, this new interval might overlap with multiple intervals in the list. So, we continue to process all overlapping intervals, updating our new intervals boundary before finally adding the single fully merged new interval to the result list. Now let's quickly see this in action. First, let's define our answer or result list, which we will build step by step. Now, we will find all the intervals that come completely before new interval. For that, we will start iteration on the intervals list. And first interval we see is from 1 to 2. And here we see the end point 2 is less than new interval start time. So this is a perfect match for case 1, where the interval is completely before the new interval. So we simply add this interval to the result list and process the next interval from 3 to 5. And again we check if its end time 5 is less than new interval start time 4, and the answer is no. So it's not case 1. Next we check if the start time 3 of this interval is greater than end time 8 of the new interval, and answer here is no as well. So it is not case 2 either, where the interval is completely after the new interval. So this must be case 3, where the overlap occurs. So we begin the merge process, where we update the ends of the new interval. The start time of the new interval will be minimum of the current start time 4 and this interval start time 3 equal to 3, and the end time of this new interval will be maximum of the end times 8 and 5 equal to 8. So our new interval is now from 3 to 8, but we don't add it to the result yet because it might need to merge with the next interval, which is 6, 7. And again we compare it with the updated merged interval, and again we check is the end time 7 less than the start time 3, and the answer is no. And we check if the start time 6 of this interval is greater than 8, and the answer is again no. So this is another case of overlap, and we merge them again. The new start is minimum of 3 and 6 equal to 3, and the new end is maximum of 8 and 7 equal to 8. So our merged interval is still the same, and we process the next interval, which is from 8 to 10, and we compare it with our merged interval, and they overlap because they touch at point 8. So this is case 3 one more time, and we merge these two intervals by taking the new start as minimum of their start times, which stays 3, and the new end as maximum of their end times, which becomes 10 this time. So our new merged interval now expands from 3 to 10, and finally we get to the last interval and we compare its start time to the end of the merged interval. And this time when we compare the start time 12 to the end of the merged interval 10, it is greater than the end. So this interval lies completely after the merged interval, which is a perfect match for case 2. And this signals that the merging is now over. So first we add our merged interval to the result list, and then we add this current interval to the list as well. And finally, we have no more intervals to check. If there were other intervals after this, they would also be case 2, and we would have simply added them to the list as well. So our final answer is complete, which we can now return. Now the time complexity of this approach is O of n. because this approach processes each interval exactly once, and the space complexity will be O of n as well to store the result list. And a quick note for those of you who think that binary search may help, while it is a great instinct since the array is sorted, it is not ideal here. We need to perform two separate binary searches to find the start and end time of our merged range, which is more complex than this single pass O of n solution. And since we have to build a new list anyway, this linear scan is both efficient and much simpler to implement. Here is a quick code walkthrough of the algorithm we just talked about, with Java code on the left and Python on right. First, we initialize an empty result or answer list to store our final merged intervals and start iteration on the intervals list. And for that, we would set up an index I, initially equal to 0. We begin by handling all intervals that sit completely to the left of the new interval. Programmatically, if the current interval's end time is strictly before the new interval start time, we know they do not overlap. So, we can safely add these existing intervals to the result list immediately and move the index forward. Next, we enter the critical merging phase. Having processed everything to the left, we address the collision zone. As long as the current interval starts before or exactly when the new interval ends, we must merge them rather than simply adding them. We expand our new interval by updating its start time to the minimum of the two start times and its end time to the maximum of the two end times. We repeat this accumulation process until the overlap breaks, effectively absorbing all collisions into one comprehensive interval, which we then commit to our result list. Finally, we clean up by handling the remaining intervals. Because the input is sorted, any interval left after the merge phase is guaranteed to be strictly to the right of our new interval. So, we simply append them to the result list. With all three phases complete, we now return the result list. In Java, we convert the array list to an integer array, and in Python, we simply return the list of lists. So that's all for this video. I hope this video was useful to you. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit from it. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you never miss an update. Your support helps me create more content like this. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.